Hi, everyone. This is Keith Johnson. Welcome to your Craigslist training. I'm going to show you guys in about 3 separate videos how to successfully post on Craigslist. I'm going to break this down and show you exactly what you need to be successful with Craigslist, because it can be a pain or it can be very, very simple. So I'm going to take my time and I'm going to make something very complicated very, very simple. So if you follow my easy instructions, then I am definitely going to help you make hundreds of dollars a week using Craigslist with this opportunity. I'm going to give you some simple training and some advanced training over these 3 or 4 episodes. So this is the very first video, and this is going to be your introduction to Craigslist. Now, Craigslist is one of the most popular sites in the world. You have millions of websites. This one ranks at 158. So that's very, very popular. Just to show you guys some proof, it gets about 21 million views a day. And it ranks 158 on the Alexa scale, which is, again, a measurement of how popular a website is based upon the traffic they see on a monthly basis. And the views, the visitors, it's all high, okay? So Craigslist is an online newspaper. People come here to find a roommate, a job, anything you want on here, okay? Except adult entertainment. They used to have that, but they stripped that. All right, so what we're gonna do is to go to Craigslist, you go to craigslist.org. This is the main dashboard. We can promote pretty much worldwide, but the 4 countries that we can promote to is US, Canada, Australia, and UK. But for the purpose of this training video series, I'm gonna just focus on US. Every state is in alphabetical order. And these are the cities from Alabama all the way to Wyoming, okay? So we can post in any one of these states and cities. Now, let's say you live in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, so we're going to come to Georgia alphabetically and go to Atlanta. All right. So we're going to give that time to load. Now, this is the Atlanta page. You have community, services, discussion, housing, for sale, jobs, gigs, and resumes. We're going to show you guys how to post in gigs to start out with. And we're going to show you how to post in jobs. Now, in gigs, you're going to post your ad in computer gig, labor gig, creative gig. But the best choice will always be computer gig. And then in jobs, your ad for this opportunity can go in customer service or it can go in sales. I get most of my calls from customer service and most of my calls from computer gig. Now, the gig section is very affordable. Depending on the city, it could be $3 an ad, $5 an ad, $7 or $10, depending on the bigger the city, the bigger the cost. Jobs is around 15, 25, 35, 45, and then in San Francisco, it's 75 to get the ad there. So we're gonna start in gigs. Now you guys are gonna earn with Zazz freebies a $75 check every time someone answers your ad, call you, and join our program. So we're going to start in the gig section, which is $3, $5, $7, or $10 per ad. You're going to start with posting just one little ad on Craigslist, getting calls and making 75, 150, or 225 off of that very little ad, very small ad. So let's kind of look at the computer gig section for a moment. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. Let's see what this looks like. All right. So you have the ads of the day, January 8th, 2020. When you post an ad, your ad comes to the top. Within 15 minutes, your ad will be at the top. So that means your ad will be right above this ad. And this ad will be second place. Okay. Right now, this ad is number 1. But if I was to post an ad, I'll be above him. I'll be number 1. So when you post your ad, you get the top spot. And then as more people post above you, your ad will fall down the ladder. That's how it works. Okay. Some of these ads stick out, obviously, because of these emojis right here or these little colored icons. And I like to use a lot of these in my ads because they help my ad stand out and give me a lot of visibility. This ad attracts me right here because of the hearts. This one says sales reps work in home office, $2,000 to $5,000 a month. This is what a typical Craigslist ad looks like. Need people to promote. Discounted medical prescription cards. And if I wanted to reply to this person, I would hit reply. And it would give me an opportunity to message them. This is the email address. They have a right to privacy, so they don't share their public email. They get a Craigslist email, and I can then message them through Gmail, Yahoo, Hotmail, Outlook, Live Mail, or AOL. If they have a name and number here, I could do that as well. And so there's different ads. Here's one that stands out because of the red circle. These are short ads again, and some of them have images. Some do not. You'll know if it have a picture because it'll say pick right at the end of the ad. Okay. Pick. I can search for titles only. I can search for titles and image only, and it'll change it up. And I can look for ads that were posted today just to, consolidate the list. So I'm gonna uncheck this. This is how I search on Craigslist. I can type in work from home, and it'll bring up any ads that have work from home in the title or description. Okay. Now, and I can search for miles, okay, from 0 miles out to 100 miles, something like that. I can put from 0 to, let's say, 100 and update the search. And there you go, or whatnot. Now I'm gonna hit the backspace, or I'm gonna go back to the main page. I'm gonna go to jobs. Now, jobs is always more expensive. If I was to post in gigs, it would cost me $10. And let's say I get 50 calls. Let me pull out the calculator if I may. And in this video is going to show you guys how to post locally, but also how to post nationally. It's very difficult to post nationwide. You have to have the perfect recipe for success. So this video training series is going to show you how to spread out nationally. And that's a very valuable skill because the more ads that you can place, the more money you make. And there are people who charge hundreds of dollars just to teach how to post on Craigslist and do it in a sneaky way to get your ads everywhere. I'm showing you this for free. So I'm not charging for this training. I just ask that you guys keep this training private. Do not share this with anyone else other than the people in the group. So we have the calculator here. So if I post it in a computer gig, okay, or any of these gigs right here, but if I decided to post in gigs, it would cost me $10. Now let's say I get 20 calls. Well, each call is worth $75. Now, everyone's not going to join our program. So let's just say, to be conservative, 1 out of 10 people actually answers the ad and signs up. So if I have 20 people, let's say 2 people decided to sign up with our program, that's $150 that you made off of that ad. So you basically spent $10 and you got back $150. Can you do that? Now, jobs is a little bit more expensive for Atlanta. I know because I post in Atlanta quite a bit. It's $35 to get my ad in the job section because I have a job and I'm hiring. But I get a lot more calls when I post in jobs. So let's just say I get 60 calls. Now, if we use the conversion ratio of 1 out of 10, that means 6 people should convert at $75. That means that $35 ad should give me $450 for that week. Okay. So you see, there's a lot of value in investing in yourself and your business. And Craigslist is a fast way of putting paychecks in your pocket on a daily basis or weekly basis. So you can work from home, pick your own hours, and get paid daily. So we're going to talk about the top cities on Craigslist. You have San Francisco, which takes up 8.85% of the traffic. So a huge chunk of people are in California. You have Los Angeles that gets 7.28%. New York comes in third place at 6.44%. And you can see Seattle, Chicago, Orange County, San Diego, Washington, D.C., Boston, and Portland. Other top cities include Atlanta, which gets 2.32% of the traffic, Phoenix, Arizona, Dallas, Texas, Denver, Colorado, and Miami. So this link right here will be included in the file tab. So therefore you can locate it so you can decide what city you want to post in. And obviously if you choose a city, that has a high percentage, you're going to get calls and sales. I often post in Atlanta because it gets a lot of traffic, but it's not competitive. So my ad will stay on the first page a lot longer. If I post it in New York, my ad will be on the first page, but after 2 days, it'll be on the second page. So New York is like a firework. I get a lot of calls, a lot of sales in New York, but it disappears within a couple of days. And then I got to post again. With Atlanta, I get a lot of calls, but it's steady calls and steady sales in Atlanta, and it's cheaper actually to post. But I like to post in LA. I like to post in New York. I like to post in Atlanta and Phoenix and Miami. I talk to Caucasian, African-American, Hispanic. I love them all. Now, I'm going to show you again. If you're kind of confused at what the top cities are, come over here to the right-hand side, click US cities right here where my mouse is circling. You're going to, well, first of all, if you're in Atlanta, it's going to show you all the nearby cities in Georgia or nearby: Albany, Asheville, Athens, Asheville, if I pronounce that correctly, Boone, Charlotte, Chattanooga, etc. Now, if I want to see the big popular cities, I would come to US cities and it would show me again all the top cities right here: Atlanta, Austin, Boston, Chicago, Dallas, all the way down to Washington, D.C. So these are your top cities right here. You're going to get a lot of traffic. And yeah, it's going to be a little bit more money, but it's going to be worth it. And then, of course, U.S. states right here. And then, of course, Canada right here. And then CL Worldwide right there. So we're going to go back to Atlanta. I'm going to go to jobs and show you what the job section look like. Now, again, the two categories to post your ad is customer service or sales. Even marketing would work, but I always do customer service for some reason. But feel free to experiment with all three categories and see how many calls and sales you get. Now, I started out posting in jobs. I just recently started playing around in the gig section, but I have no problem spending $35 to get my ad in on Craigslist in Atlanta, because I know I'm going to get a lot of calls and sales. Okay, but now I'm starting to focus on the smaller gigs, which gives me smaller calls, but they're cheaper to post. And I'm getting some sales even from gigs. So these are, again, jobs and gigs are where you're going to focus your attention on Craigslist. I showed you gigs earlier in the video. So let's go ahead and look at customer service. Type in, click on customer service. You're going to see these ads are in numerical, well, in order from most recent post all the way down to oldest post. So again, in Atlanta, the bottom ad is from December 18th. So, and then it's January 8th. So this person who posted December 18th, he's still on the first page, or she's still on the first page. So it gets a lot of traffic. You stay on the first page longer. And I like that about Atlanta. But let's say if I post an ad, I'll be on the first page at the top and everybody else will be pushed to the second page, right? Okay. You know, in time, they will be pushed down and then eventually to the second page and all that. So as you can see, these ads, you know, go all the way down. Okay. So this is what the customer service page looks like. If I go back, we're going to see what the sales category looks like. And this will look very similar if you're using your phone. And this is the top ad right here. I'm on my desktop computer, obviously. And this ad is at the top, but it sticks out too: perpetual passive online income with CBD. So you're selling CBD products, and this is their ad. They have a link right here, blah, 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 and a picture. Okay. So that is going to wrap up our introduction to Craigslist. What I'm going to do in the next video is I'm going to show you guys all the little bitty ingredients that you need to have on your computer or phone before you post your first ad, because I want to make sure that your ads do not get disrupted, they do not get denied and then flagged, and then you have to get a refund. If you do it right the first time, you will not have a problem. So my expertise and the things that I've learned through trial and error is going to help you guys have a smoother experience with Craigslist. So again, this is just what this was just an introduction. We're going to keep it fun, keep it simple, and I will show you guys the special ingredients you need and then we'll blend it all together and we'll get your ad on Craigslist, not just locally, but nationally as well. So you can get a lot of calls and a lot of sales. I'll see you on the next episode.